Up. Down. Okay, looks good. Nope. We got another maple on here. We're gonna make a 5.5 by 10-inch timber on this. Let's check out the specs on this. We should be able to get it. It is 12.5, but there's a little bit of swoop to it, maybe 1.5 inches. So it's gonna be close. 12.5 by 10.5. So we're gonna go 5 inches this way, 5.5. Come in 5. So we got a 5-inch, and then we'll go 10-inch there. This is for a carrier beam. It's 17 feet, 3 inches. It's close to maxing out the mill. I think I can get to almost 18 feet. This mill will mill 19 feet, but you have to put the timber, the log, almost right up to the blade in order to do it and max that out. It was at 19 feet, 3 inches. I never really knew that. On this sawmill, I have a sharpened, it's got about 6 or 7 logs on it now, Stelly cut from Norwood. I do really like these. I'm gonna take this as slow as possible going down. I don't want to go too far. So our first cut's gonna be at about 12 inches, I think. So we're gonna go right to 10 and see what the heck happens. All right, here we go. I'm gonna see if I can get 10 from the other direction. If not, no worries. We'll start coming down into our 5. All right, looks good. Let's cut it at 10. So we'll start coming down 1 1/8. We'll flip it back and forth until we get to 5.5. All right, we gotta save that. It's saved. That's where I'm making the mistakes. Sometimes I'll hit, these are the 2 buttons. You hit the wrong one, you get problems. I should write a little Sharpie, go to and save. All right, so we're gonna come up over it. We're over it. We're gonna return the carriage back. Let's go. All right, we're at 10. We just saved it. Let's go down 1, 8. This blade is really starting to get dull and it's going to cause me some problems here shortly. I find that this maple is hard to cut sometimes. Before we go on, I do have to take another board, but I'm going to change this band. That last foot I got to wave. So we're going to cut that off, take this band off because I don't want to screw this up. Got a little warm too. I could tell it was getting a little dull. I watched the amperage. Okay, that might be it. Well, that thing's sharp. I should have gloves on doing this, right? There we go. See, tracking. So that's what you're looking for in your tracking, that flush. They're both really close, so we're going to call that tracking really good. Yeah, that looks really good. It's gonna work. I sure was hoping I wouldn't get any waning on this. I'm gonna consider making another one. I don't know, maybe I will, maybe I won't, but it's a beautiful timber. It just has that little bit of waning right here and a little bit of waning down there. But this is gonna get cut. You know what? Let me measure this and see how much it's 60. It's gonna be a foot off of that end, exactly what it's gonna be. I gotta go 16 feet 3 inches and it's 17 feet 3 inches or somewhere around there. But let's give you a look at it before we take it off. And why wouldn't you want a sawmill? Now, granted, this is a homeowner sawmill, but look at that. I just created that giant timber, which would cost you a lot of money if you had somebody do that. The pith is pretty centered, but this is the waning that's gonna, if I put this up, it won't be a big deal. I can set it up in such a manner that it won't be seen. Probably what we'll do. I think it's that big one right here we need. I measured the other day. Yeah, that's definitely it. Let's pull that back and set it down and re-pick it up. Because I don't want that slamming into my tractor when it rolls back. All right. This is a big log, but we're not going to cut it today. We're going to cut it maybe tomorrow. I'll bring it back out, or we'll make another video. In fact, we'll probably just make another video because I have an appointment today. Let's get some of this bark off. Got a little inclusion right here, but I think this is going to be okay. We're going to do that 5.5 by 10s again. But guys, hopefully you like the video that we just cut that nice timber. That's what I like about these mills. I can just cut whenever I need something. You know, I live in the forest, and boy, is it come in handy. And I do make some money with it, enough to justify it, to be honest with you. I don't mill fast. I'd like to mill faster someday, but I do want to upgrade. How would I justify it if I'm not selling lumber? I still sell enough lumber. I'm not going to sell enough lumber to pay for a new mill. A fancy mill, and you know, right away. But how would I justify it? Many people just buy a car just for the pleasure of driving a car. That car, how practical is a Corvette? How many people just drive around their F-350 as their everyday user, driver? You could do the same thing with a $2,000 2003 Buick LeSabre. And I did that for all my life. I really do enjoy this. Is this mill going to be an heirloom to my kids? Are they going to be able to use it in 20 years? Yeah, possibly, but it's going to be probably pretty rough. What if you bought a professional grade mill? Now I got something to hand down. All right, guys, if you like this, like, comment, subscribe. I totally appreciate it. Helps the channel out. We're going to go in, grab lunch, and if I come back out today, we'll put this all in one video, but if I don't come back out today, I'll see you on the next video. So I do have a consultation with a spine specialist in a couple of weeks. No, next week. Oh, it's on my anniversary. I just want to hear what he has to say, what my prognosis is. I'm getting better. I'm feeling a lot better. What a beautiful day. May, I don't know, 14th or 15th, West Michigan. It's still cool. However, it doesn't look like we have any more frost. And I just went on the weather site, and they said, you're good to plant. So we're going to plant probably this afternoon.